Ronnie here for our fourth and final strategy. For this one, I chose to do a KWL. I just recently learned about these KWL graphic organizers in my PD1 and PD2 classes. I had never seen them, never used them, never done anything with a KWL before. And I thought that this would be a great strategy to use because here we are. It's similar to sort of everything we've been doing. I think when I was focusing on these study skills and doing research and everything, I feel like personally, I found a lot of stuff that was like this. Stuff was in a T-chart. It was in columns, being able to organize everything by category, by, just whatever it was. And personally, that's how my brain works. That's how I think. I am a very organized person, and so especially when it comes to notes, I want everything to be in an order where it makes sense. And not that I would necessarily ever force all of these these column charts, if that's what you want to call them, onto my kids. But I think that as they get older, in the 4th through 8th grade levels, they need to realize how to organize their notes for when they're going into middle school, and when they're going into high school, and especially in college. And I think that these are very basic and simple, and something that will be very beneficial to them. So the KWL, the K, what I already know. So before they're starting, they're sort of bouncing ideas off of each other in class, the teacher, prior knowledge. So in this specific one, we're talking about matter and energy, animal kingdoms, the flow of energy through food webs and food chains. So, the teacher's gonna be planting the seed of ideas and having students be like, oh, I know about this, and oh, I remember one time talking about this, and I've heard this, and whatever else. So prior knowledge, what I already know. The W is what I want to know. So stemming from that, the teacher is sort of prompting, okay, so if this is happening, what do we think about this? And kids are sort of asking questions, well, does it make sense if this, or do you think it would be possible if this? Sort of just trying to figure it all out, put the pieces together for full comprehension. So the W is what I want to know, and then the L is what I learned. So this can be used for if you want your students to take notes. This is what they are learning at this exact moment. I personally used it as sort of a review for my W section, so I answered my questions that I had. So after the lesson, I went back, I looked at my questions, I said, oh, this was my question. If you take one small animal out of the forest, will it make that big of a difference? I went back and answered it after the lesson was complete, and wrote each living organism plays a role in their food web or food chain. If one is removed, the others are left to die out or relocate to survive. So all the other animals are affected if even one small animal is removed. So I think that this is just a great way for students to dig a little bit deeper into their prior knowledge before jumping into it, and then also reviewing to see if they have been able to answer their questions, if they learned what they wanted to learn, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I really enjoy this one. Thank you.